Politicians steal our taxes just like witches at black masses, evil hearts that plot destruction, sorcerer of death's construction, war and hatred to mankind, poisoning their brainwashed minds, in the fields their bodies burning, as the war machines keeps turning. Oh Lord, oh Lord, day of judgment, God is calling, on their knees the war pigs crawling, now in darkness world stops turning, ashes where the body's burning, begging mercy for their sins, Satan laughing spreads his wings, no more war pigs have the power, the hand of God has struck the hour. Oh Lord, hey, oh Lord. Politicians run away and hide, they always started the war. Why should they go out and die? They leave that role to the poor. Oh Lord, hey, 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 oh Lord, yeah. Oh, day of judgment, God is calling, on their knees the war pigs crawling, begging mercy for their sins. Satan laughing spreads his wings, Satan laughing spreads his wings. Oh Lord.
All 7 and to watch them fall, span the web of love and we will smoke them all, with an intellect in the savoir-faire, the one in the holy universe could ever compare. I am yours now and you are mine, and together we'll love through all space and time. No, don't cry. One day all 7 will die. 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 There is a city with the streets of gold, the place where the people, they never grow old. Harmonious melody, peace and prosperity, from now until the end of time. Most beautiful thing that I ever saw. Most beautiful thing that I ever saw. Oh, 7 and 9 to watch them fall. Stand the wheel of love and we will smoke them all, with an intellect in the savoir-faire, the one in the holy universe could ever compare. I am yours now and you are mine, and together we'll love through all Space and time, no, don't cry. One day all seven will die. One day all seven will die. All 7 and to watch them fall. Span with love and we would smoke them all with an intellect in the savoir-faire. No one in the whole universe could ever compare. I'm yours now and you are mine, and together we'll love through all space and time. No, don't cry. One day all 7 will die. 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 There is a land with a river of blood, a place where the people, they never feel love. Torturous entropy, living in blasphemy, from now until the end of time. One day we will watch them fall. Look out. One day we will watch them fall. One day we will watch them fall. Look out. One day all 7 will die. All 7 and to watch them fall. Stand with love and we will smoke them all with an intellect in the savoir-faire. The one the whole universe could ever compare. I am yours now and you are mine, and together we'll love through all space and time. Oh, don't cry. One day all 7 will die. One day all 7 will die. One day all 7 will die. One day all 7 will die.
Welcome to the show, baby. Big Daddy Show. Oh, yeah. Prince got nothing on me. Oh, for real. Now, I dare anybody to go back and listen to the original Prince version of that song and tell me that it's better than the Big Daddy version. I fucking dare you. Nah, but really, though. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Yeah, I had a nice strike of inspiration. I cut that song yesterday. Like I got it. It was like I couldn't sleep, so I just, you get one of those inspirational moments, and then you just boom, you run with it. There's a lesson there. Anytime you feel a moment of inspiration hit you, rather than just let it pass, just run with it and see where it goes. You might make something special. Had I not ran with that moment of inspiration, I never would have made that song right there. Fucking killed it. From beyond the grave, Prince is fucking rolling in his grave. Nah, but really though, I tried like the last time I had listened to that song, I was like a little ass kid. And I remember I like the music video, it was almost like a movie. And I remember I liked the chorus, but I didn't really remember much else after the chorus. So I went to go back and listen to the music video again and kind of hear some of the lyrics. And that fucking song is just a garbled mess. It really is. The original Prince version of that song is just, it's a garbled mess. It really is. Yeah, Big Daddy version, way, way better, way cleaner. Stronger hooks. Yeah, that's the way that song should have been done. It's the way it was meant to be done. And that's what needs to be done from time to time. Like a lot of the songs that we hear nowadays are just redone versions of songs from the past. Like there's this old musician, Lead Belly. He had done so many songs back in the day, back in the 1920s. Like to this day, we still hear Lead Belly songs, but just sung in different form. The Carter family, the family that June Carter came from, the one that married Johnny Cash. To this day, we still hear hooks from Carter family songs. You're gonna miss me when I'm gone. You're gonna miss me by my walk. You're gonna miss me by my talk. You're gonna miss me when I'm gone. That was a fucking Carter family song. But the bottom line is, sometimes you got to take some of these songs, these older songs, and you got to redo them, and you got to kill them. That's what you got to do. And that's what Big Daddy does. Yeah, I take old versions of killer songs, and I do them in my own way, but just a little bit better. But that's just in my opinion. I'm always going to have a more higher opinion of myself than the normal person. I took one of my sickest beats, remixed it, took one of Prince's most iconic songs, fucking killed it. In my opinion, at least. Yeah, we're sipping on a little wine tonight, just chilling, hanging out. My last live stream, I didn't even get an hour into the live stream, and the damn thing got yeeted. It was a shame, too, because it was actually some of my best material. It really was, especially the second half. It was the shaboons. It was those damn shaboons. I think that's what happened. I played this clip of the shaboons, and shortly after that, well, it could have been the other one too. Like, it was even worse. But I've played that one before, and the stream never got struck. So I think it might have been the shaboon clip. But in the middle of another one where I was going over the Illuminati New World Order, that's when I think the stream actually got hit. Because I had about 3 or 4 people listening at the time, and all of a sudden, flatline, 0. I thought, well, everybody left the stream at once. I'm like, oh well. So the halftime show was over, and I was getting ready to talk about griftosphere related shit, and I saw there was nobody listening. So I just went, and to be honest, without anybody listening, I was actually like cutting loose and just being a lot more like open tongue with it. And boy, I tell you, it was one of the greatest roasts I had ever done. Like, everybody got it. Every motherfucker in the griftosphere fucking got it. John Malin, EVS, fucking all of them. You want to know who got it worse, though? The one who got it fucking worse? Dick Masterson. He got it fucking worse, yep. It was like that scene in Once Upon a Time in Mexico, where Desperado points the gun at Danny Trejo's character. He says, "You die last." That's what it was. It's like, you die last. Yeah, easily the greatest roast that Dick Masterson had ever fucking been given. And it didn't even get recorded. It's like, fuck. You bone insecure, wetback spick, larping around as a white guy ass motherfucker. That's the clip note. That was the Cliff Notes version for you. Calm down there. I don't know if I'll be able to bring that same energy again. I don't know. Yeah, we might have to try to do it, though. We might have to try. Do or do not, there is no try. Who am I kidding? If I get enough liquor in me, maybe I could resurrect that magic. Yeah, it was literally like I was gonna clip it and call it the last Griftosphere roast, and it was gonna be the last time I ever talked about that fucking shit. Because to be honest, like especially after this latest shit that happened with EVS and Malin going after the smaller channels, bullying that girl off the internet, like I was physically like revulsed to my stomach seeing that shit happen. And it's like I don't want to look at it anymore. It's too sickening. Like, I don't want to be physically fucking revulsed to my stomach looking at these fucking people. And I can never look at them the same. Like, I will just be physically repulsed trying to watch these fuckers now. Now knowing who and what they truly are. The way they acted. I mean, Ethan is lucky he still got his fucking channel. Like, what he did technically broke YouTube terms of service. Brigading other channels, especially smaller ones. Like, that's written right there in the YouTube terms of service. You're not supposed to do that shit. And if these people were truly as bad as Ethan pretended they were, they would have fucking went full exterminatus on his fucking channel if they were truly as bad as he pretended they were. It's all bullshit, though. It was just so unnecessary, too. Like, that's the thing that blows my mind. It was just so unnecessary. Thanos snapping away a certain segment of comicsgate that basically consisted of nothing but customers, people that bought your books, just because John Malin wasn't nominated for every award and didn't win all of the awards. It was a fake awards show, for fuck's sake. And they bullied that fucking girl off the internet over it. It just made me so fucking sick to my stomach. Yeah. Comic skaters. For the longest time, I had said ripitards and comic skaters, those motherfuckers, they're all cut from the same cloth. They're two sides of the same coin. But Ripiverse, Eric, and his fucking fans were just a little bit worse than comicsgate. Nope, not anymore. They're not. No, comicsgate and Ethan, they're just a little bit shittier than Eric and his fans now. Yeah, after that fucking stunt, throwing a hissy fit and a temper tantrum over a fake awards show and then bullying that girl off the internet and fucking Thanos snapping away that fucking fan base right there. Basically pissing into their Cheerios saying, hey, I don't want you to ever buy my books again. There's a lot of winners and losers in this whole fucking thing. I know that. One of the biggest losers, Shane fucking Davis. Shane Davis. That stupid piece of shit was well aware of that channel and what they do every year with that awards show. He's friends with them. He's in the chat. Did Shane Davis bother to tell John and Ethan the true nature of what's going on? Like, hey, this is a group of fans. They do this every year. Like, and they do a build up to the awards show where they have nominations to get people onto the various categories. It's not just an entire like troll job just to snub John Malin like they tried to make it out to be. That just goes to show how narcissistic and solipsistic they are. Fuck. Like, you talk about true mental illness. John Malin is more mentally ill than Matt Barr. Changed my mind. I went into Ethan's fucking chat, or not his chat, but his comments section right after one of these fucking streams, and I put that right in there. John Malin is more mentally ill than Matt Barr. Changed my mind. Boy, I got a shitload of upvotes for that too. Only one person tried to challenge that too. And he said something along the lines of, well, John Malin's a better artist than Matt Barr, so it doesn't matter if he's mentally ill or not. So they're basically all admitting the motherfucker's mentally ill, but they're all too bitch-made to fucking call him out on it. Hey, kids, can you say cult? I've been calling this shit out for years. I mean, it's a fucking fruity little internet cult is what it is. Same thing with Ripiverse. And when it comes to cult-on-cult warfare, it's best to sit back and play both sides against each other and to laugh at both sides. You don't want to fucking get down in there and join any side. Not when it comes to cult-on-cult warfare. And that's what's going on here. Yeah. Yeah, seeing that shit go down, it made me fucking physically ill to my stomach. Shane Davis, biggest fucking loser cuck out of this whole thing. He could have fucking talked them all down if he truly fucking wanted to. But he's a bitch-made beta piece of fucking shit. Just like everybody in that whole fucking sphere. Yeah, Liam Gray. Like, I'm probably more disappointed in Liam Gray than anybody else out of this whole thing. Like, Liam, of all people, should have been able to empathize with this poor girl. Because they did to her exactly what people have been doing to Liam for the past several years, basically. The JDAs and Einen Primes of the world. Well, what did Liam do? Basically threw her under the bus and went right along with the John and Ethan narrative. Yeah, but then again, Liam knows where his bread is buttered, if you know what I mean. To dare speak out against John and Ethan at this point in the game, well, you risk losing everything. And he's got a family to take care of. Everybody has their price in the end. Everybody's got that price. Everybody except for Big Daddy, of course. Yeah. Boy, I should go clip that fucking time when he came on my show. That's aging like fine wine as the years go on. The only reason I haven't clipped it and uploaded it because it makes him look so bad. But I'm tempted to do it now. I mean, I felt so sorry for the motherfucker. I took my jack boots off his throat at the last second. Played nice with him. Boy, he came on that stream ready to fight too. By the end of the stream, I had forced him to force JDA to remove the fucking tweet. He was offering me a fucking spot at the table, offering to fucking promote my fucking comic, for fuck's sake. That's how fucking in pocket I had him by the end of that stream. Yeah, easily the greatest fucking like verbal beatdown anybody's ever given that piece of shit. Like I said, I felt sorry for the motherfucker. It was that bad. Yeah. But that was the last time he ever came on my show, and that's for a fucking reason. Because he didn't want to get humiliated like that again. And he knew he couldn't control me. He knew he had no sway over me. Therefore, he had no power over me. Yeah. And when it comes to Ethan, if he can't get no clout from you, and if he can't get no loyalty from you, then he has no use for you. Especially if you make him look like a fool in a debate. I really doubt we're ever going to see Ethan and TJ on a stream together again. Yeah, I saw that motherfucker on there with TJ. And boy, TJ, fuck. He unleashed his inner Mandingo on him. Yeah, Ethan, he got the verbal beatdown, that's for sure. Yeah, ever since the crack stream, he's lost his mojo. A lot of people starting to see through him. Hold on, I got a little cotton mouth. Got to take a sip on something. Yeah, it made me mad. It really fucking did. This whole thing, seeing it. And I have no affiliation or association with any of those people. Don't watch their shows. I'm not friends with any of them. And if it made me this fucking mad, and it got me this fucking pissed off, I can only imagine how those people are feeling, the ones that are directly affected by it. And it was just so unnecessary, too. Yeah, the thing that galls me the most is the arrogant, elitist attitude about the whole thing, coupled with the pearl clutching. I mean, it's so nauseating. It really is. And they're trying to justify the whole fucking thing by saying, oh, she came after John's family, blah, blah, blah. He coming after my family. Like, family? What? She just made an offhanded remark about how he shouldn't take these fucking award shows so seriously. Maybe he should get his dick sucked. Like, it's basically the locker room talk equivalent of, hey, calm the fuck down. It's just a fucking fake award show, you stupid piece of shit. Like, oh my God, she's talking about John's wife. You're not supposed to bring people's family into it. It's like, what? The fuck are you talking about? Like, by simple virtue of their overreaction to the offhanded comment is proof positive that John Malin's marriage is in utter fucking ruin. It's in shambles. Yes. You've basically confirmed that John Malin's marriage, if there even is a marriage left, is in shambles. Yes. By simple virtue of your overreaction to Vanessa's comment. But these people completely lack the self-awareness to see it. Yeah, just Thanos snapped away an entire segment of the movement. Just for no reason. It was just so unnecessary. The funny part is they do these fucking awards shows every fucking year. And the funny part is every year is the same shit. The higher-ups in CG, John Malin especially, it's always John Malin, always throwing a hissy fit. The proof is in the pudding. All you gotta do is look at my channel. The Grifties. The Grifties. Most griftingest grifter pieces of shit I've ever seen. It is the Grifties. I lampooned this whole fucking thing years ago when they were doing it. Like I said, they've literally been doing it for years. So it's like, you guys know that this small segment of comicsgate does an award show every year and you always throw a hissy fit because John Malin doesn't get nominated for all of the awards and win all of the awards because he's a weird, mentally ill piece of shit. So why don't you guys just make your own awards show? It makes no sense. It makes no damn sense. No, but I guess they are going to make their awards show now, finally, after so many years, like what, 7 years into the game? And here's the kicker. Here's the kicker. They're going to make the buyers crowdfund their fake little trophies to give to themselves. This is how narcissistic these pieces of shit are. Yeah, it sounds like something out of a fucking Monty Python film. This is how fucking stupid it is. But it's reality, and it's comicsgate. Mm-hmm. 'Tis a lodestone that attracts the mentally ill. That's what it is. Well, I'm around here. That ought to show you how fucking, how mentally ill these fuckers are. Yeah, but I need to step away from it. Like I said, it's made me so physically ill to my stomach, seeing what John, Ethan, and the Kings and all of their jackals did to that channel and those people. Like, I don't want nothing to do with this anymore. Yeah, a couple streams back, there was a week where I didn't follow no griftosphere related nothing. So the second half of the show, I literally had nothing to talk about. So I just played music and chilled out, and I told the story of Jezebel and how it related to the modern Western female. And looking back on it now, that was probably one of the best streams I ever did. And I think that's the direction I need to go forward. Like storytelling, life lessons, shit like that. Like I said, great minds, they talk about ideas. Mid-level minds talk about events. Small minds talk about people. Yeah. For the longest time, Big Daddy, I was basically the CG Voldemort out there holding the line. Big Daddy and a few others, of course. But I think I could step away from it now. Much in the way that my main goal behind trolling Eric July and his fan base was that he obviously had a terrible book. It was obvious it was a bad book, but everybody was saying that it was good just because they thought they could get clout from him. But when that dam finally busted and Ethan came out and started doing his trash casts, then all of a sudden everybody flipped and turned and started detracting or whatever. And, well, the metaphor I made was, imagine being goth, being part of the goth kids at school. And then you come to school one day and find everybody in the school is goth. And it's no longer cool to be goth after that. That's basically how it was with detracting. You just woke up one day and found out everybody was detracting. It was like, okay, this shit ain't cool no more. It's gone mainstream. Detracting's gone mainstream. It's time to fucking step away and kind of walk back a little bit. But if the motherfucker does something stupid and needs to be called out, I'm still going to call him out, obviously. And that's the same thing with comicsgate and all this shit. I need to step away from it. Because, well, I don't need to do it no more. Lord Raptor Jesus, he can do that shit now. Yeah, Lord Raptor Jesus, his crew, Wiggle Wiggle, all of them. Yeah, they can take up the mantle now. Yeah. Yeah, for the longest time, Big Daddy, I was the CG Voldemort. It's Lord Raptor Jesus now. Yeah, he can take that mantle. Yeah. This war that Ethan has started with the slums, this is going to be a lot more exciting than this war he had with Eric July. Because unlike Eric July, the slums bite back. Yeah, he's going to have an entire segment of CG, like dedicating themselves to trolling him, his ass and the Kings and all of his little lackeys and shit. Yeah, he picked himself a fight, all right. Yeah, literally, you've got the most hardened fucking trolls and shitlords on the side of the slums. And this is the side you decide to fucking pick a fight with. Shit, bring it on. Yeah. They're not going to give up the way that, you know, Eric July did and his crew. Like, yeah, you got Renown Zero, GL Gilmer, maybe a couple others. And those are the only ones basically going against you. Yeah, but with the slums, you got Lord Raptor Jesus, Wiggle, all those guys, and they stream almost every night for multiple hours on end. Yeah, you got a war now. It's only going to be a matter of time till Ethan tries to pull the same tactics that Eric July pulled against him. Like he realizes that, like when it comes to a straight up troll war, that he can't fucking win against these guys. So he's going to try to disengage and pretend they don't exist. That'll be the next move. Yeah, but these people, they're not going to let go. And they don't forget either. And they only are growing. They're only growing. Yeah, get a little drink there, a little cotton mouth going. Yeah, much like how Pablo Escobar, the famous drug lord, had made so many enemies throughout the course of his life. Like he would kill somebody's father, and then like the four sons of the father would band together with the three sons of another father, and then their sons would band together. And next thing you know, all of the victims of Pablo Escobar banded together, and they created their own super gang called Los Pepes. And this gang, at the end of the day, when the smoke cleared and the dust settled, became more powerful than Pablo Escobar's crew. And then it came down to just Pablo and a small handful of his most loyal lieutenants holed up in a hotel room, surrounded by Delta Force, Los Pepes, and the Colombian police force. And he tried to escape. And then he got gunned down on the roof. Some say it was the Delta Force sniper that took him out, bullet right behind the ear. Some say it was Pablo himself that shot himself. But at the end of the day, that's if Ethan and John and all the Kings keep going down this road, that's what's going to happen. All of their enemies are going to band together and create one big super group. And then one day, Ethan's going to find himself and his Kings holed up in the fucking hotel room surrounded. That's what's going to fucking happen. If he even survives that long. Because, well, we all know Ethan, he's on a clock, as we all know. He got that jab. Never forget, he got that fucking jab, and we all know what the jab can do. 8, maybe 10 years tops, until some sort of itis-related something gets him. Yeah, he better, well, he won't even have Cyberfrog 4 out. You watch. Yeah, that'll be the only way that any of those books he has shoot up in value. If he Van Goghs himself, if you know what I mean. Yeah. We got somebody in the chat. Boy. Oh. Yeah, this new Kings versus CG Slums war, this is going to be a lot more exciting than this war against Eric July. That's for sure. Yeah, I remember Ethan on one of these live streams. He was talking about the history of War Campaign, and at the end of his little spiel, he tells all of the people in the chat, all of his comic skaters, "You're all War Campaign now. You're all War Campaign." Like, yeah, they're all your fruity little gay op group. That's what they are now. Your little fucking cultists. Yeah, but you can fool some of the people sometimes, but you can't fool all of the people all of the time. And anybody who's capable of free thinking sees this shit for what it is, and saw just how fucking nasty and what pieces of fucking shit John and Ethan were to those people. And yeah, I think Ethan is going to try to make up the ranks of all of these lost customers with the quote unquote fan bases of these new CG Kings that he's bringing in. You see some of these people that he's bringing in. I thought I was like watching some sort of dinner for schmucks type thing when I looked at this. Like, who the fuck are these people? Like, are you fucking kidding me? Yeah, I remember Tim Lim made some sort of metaphor about Mike S. Miller, saying that he was the guy sitting on a lawn chair watching everybody build the house. And once the house got built, he was the first one inside on the chair saying, "Hey, look at this great house we built." Boy, that metaphor goes way, way beyond these other clowns that Ethan are bringing in. He's all of a sudden just elevating to CG King status, and they've never even been around the movement. Like this Bosch Faustin guy, Bosch Faustin, whatever the fuck he calls himself. This poor, stupid soul who actually thinks Muslims did 9/11. Can you imagine that being so fucking stupid that you actually think a ragtag band of Muslims actually did 9/11? Fuck. I suppose he thinks the Tooth Fairy and Santa Claus are real too. Jesus fucking Christ. Yeah, but this guy, he didn't even know what war campaign was. This fucking guy didn't even know what war campaign was. Like, who the fuck are you? Who the fuck is this guy? Just comes in out of nowhere, all of a sudden elevated to CG King status. Boy, you talk about not even sitting on the fucking lawn chair and watching the house being built, but doing his own thing down the street. And then Ethan's like, hey, taps him on the shoulder, come hang out with us in our house. That's basically what that shit was. Put in no work, instantly elevated to CG King status. One of these fucking people that got instantly elevated to CG King status is a fucking leftist that burns down churches, I guess. A full-blown church-burning leftist. And a Satanist, too. Yep. Well, when it comes to leftism and Satanism, it's all the same. Boy. Yeah, this is the modern-day comicsgate for you. Yeah, but anybody knows Ethan knows. Ethan is a leftist. Always fucking has been. Don't look at his words, look at his actions. All you have to do is look at his actions. It's the actions of a leftist. That's what it is. Elevating people like Vito, satanic church burners, going to baseball games with the comic book hut, freebasing with Asian trannies in a fucking parking lot. I mean, goddamn. Yeah, he's fallen so far. So far. Yeah, a lot of people, they're still right there with him, too. Dear cult leader, he can do no wrong. Look at how pretty his pictures are. Yeah, a lot of these people are starting to leave him in droves. A lot of these longtime loyalists, too. Yeah, this one guy called Albert, I forget what he's called, Beast Aubrey on Twitter. But this guy, I remember, he was one of the biggest Ethan comicsgate simps for years. I mean, years, going back to the beginning. And even Albert is now turned on Ethan. And he said the moment that he lost all respect for Ethan was the moment that Ethan tried to make a power play to get back on the High Council, saying that if Jeff Hicks got rid of so-and-so, I forget who, somebody that slighted Ethan in the past, that Ethan would come back and join the High Council again. If only Jeff Hicks would get rid of this guy. I remember seeing that when it happened. And I remember thinking to myself just how sleazy and low class that was when he said that. Because Ethan has no intention of joining the High Council. Yeah, he might come back for 1, maybe 2 shows. But the whole thing was just a power play just to get that guy off of the High Council. That's what that is all about. And that Albert guy, he saw it for what it was, and he said he lost all respect for Ethan after that. Like, damn, I'm surprised you still had respect for him up until that point. StreamYard link, I might throw it out there at some point. I got to get some shit off my chest, rant and rave first. Normally I throw the link on at the end of the show once I'm done ranting and raving about shit. Yeah. A lot of fucking bullshit going on out there. Yeah, what those fuckers did, coming after that small channel, bullying that girl off the internet, that made me fucking physically ill to my stomach. Boy, I confronted John Malin in his fucking chat about that shit too. But at the end of the day, it's a good thing. It's a fucking good thing. I hope Ethan and John continue this shitty, feminine, leftist behavior of theirs, because all it's doing is fracturing the movement and making it weaker. And that's a fucking good thing. It is. And that's a good thing, as Martha Stewart would say. And that's a good thing. Yep. Yeah, they're going to do their little gay awards show. It just goes to show how narcissistic they are. You can never, ever, again get any sort of awards from the mainstream. An Eisner, nope, none of you fuckers are ever going to win an Eisner. But hey, you can win a fucking Ori. I think they're going to call it something stupid like that, like grab an ore, and they're going to have like a fake golden ore that they're going to crowd fund somehow by selling T-shirts or something. Cultists, what you gonna do? You know, when it comes to cult on cult warfare, it's best to sit back and lob bricks at both sides. Yeah, you don't want to get down in the muck with them, that's for sure. You don't want to end up like Frog Tony. Oh my God. Yeah, Frog Tony, he saw the money there with the Eric July grift, and he went all in with the Eric July grift. And now what? It looks like Ethan is starting to step away from the Eric July grift. It's kind of funny. I did that fucking video, Transcending the Trash, Spiritual Warfare in Indie Comics, where I laid this whole thing out about how Ethan has this is spiritual warfare against demons, and if you're not fucking careful, it will consume your soul. And how it has consumed him. This whole fucking crusade against Eric July. And it has. All you gotta do is look at all those stupid fucking trash cast shows he did. But then after that, he started walking back the trash cast shows. Started walking back his criticism of Eric July. In fact, I heard him try to rewrite his whole history on that shit. He said, the only reason I talked about Eric July is because people would send me videos of him. And that's what my audience wants to hear. Like, no, motherfucker, you fucking went on a goddamn crusade against him because he decided not to promote your fucking comic. That's what happened. Ethan saw he couldn't get no clout from Eric, and he decided to turn on him. Like I said, if Ethan can't get no clout from you, and if he can't get no loyalty from you, he has no use for you, and he'll fucking turn on you. And that's what he did. Remember, he said ISOM was good. He was promoting that shit. Hell, he even did a cover for ISOM 2. Fuck. He was all in with Eric July. Until it became painfully obvious there was going to be no reciprocation. As in, Eric July was not going to promote his comic to the degree he was going to promote his. In fact, Eric July wasn't going to promote that shit at all. He might give it a fucking really low-key shout-out. Hey, y'all, go check out Sciver Frog. Like something like that. That would be the most you do. Yeah. I guarantee you if Eric July was all in promoting Cyberfrog, Ethan would still all be all in with Eric July, even doing fucking covers for him and shit still. Yeah, the thing that broke him was when Yellow Flash decided to throw him under the bus. And Yellow Flash decided to throw him under the bus because he's decided to associate with Vito. If Yellow Flash is to be believed. That was the only reason he decided to walk away from Ethan and comicsgate, because they embraced Vito and he wanted nothing to do with it after that. Yeah, Vito. Good old Vito. Caused so much fucking chaos and trouble out there. Was it really worth it, Ethan? Bringing some shit-stained, low IQ, bald piece of leftist shit like Vito into the fold to see all of the fucking chaos that happened? Was it really fucking worth it? Vito is being prospected to become a CG king, apparently. Super Killer's probably never going to see the light of day either. Fuck. Can you believe that shit? A comic that has not even been released yet. And he says that Vito can become a CG king one day. He's just got to keep up the good work and release maybe a couple more comics. Boy, it doesn't take much to become a CG king in this day and age. Shit. Yeah, well, he's got to rebuild the ranks somehow. Yeah, he's hemorrhaging backers, hemorrhaging subscribers. The movement is hemorrhaging creators. What I've noticed is from the very beginning, Ethan, John, the higher-ups within the movement, they have a real animus towards the smaller creators. Like the true indie creators, the people who weren't ex-industry professionals, if you know what I mean. Like in the eyes of Ethan, John, and Shane, if you're not an ex-industry professional like them, Wow, you were lesser than. You not an elite, if you know what I mean. And they treat you as such. Yeah, these fucking people are such pieces of fucking shit. And it's not like their shit is any fucking better than anything anybody else creates. But then again, I wouldn't know. I don't fucking read that shit. Like I said, of all the shit I've ever seen in this whole sphere, there's only one person, and one person alone, and one project that I've ever seen in which I would ever pay money for, or consider paying money for. And that was Odie's Tomahawk Angel. And that happened to be the only fucking project in this whole sphere that got picked up for publication by Dark Horse Comics. That ought to show you that Big Daddy, what my level of fucking taste is. Yeah, I have no fucking interest in reading Cyber Frog, Fag-like, Inglorious Chode, whatever the fuck they call that stupid shit. I have no interest in any of the shit those fuckers make. But that project of Odie's, that looked like a dialed-in project. Real fucking cool-looking creature designs, a sexy-looking female, a real apocalyptic-looking setting, like a Silent Hill type. Had a real good vibe going. That looked like a cool comic. It looked like there might be something to that. And I already knew Odie was a good artist. Yep, the one fucking project I would have considered paying money for was the one fucking thing that went pro, if you will, truly pro. Got picked up by Dark Horse fucking Comics. You can go to Barnes & Noble, buy that fucking shit. You can't go to a Barnes & Noble and buy a fucking Cyberfrog comic. Or even an ISOM comic for that fucking matter. Yeah, Odie transcended and went the place where all these fuckers couldn't go. And that was the mainstream. Yep. They're not good enough, they're not smart enough, and doggone it, people don't like them. That's why they're not there. It really is as simple as that. Boy, I got on a tangent talking about fucking Griftosphere related shit. I was saving that for the back end of the show. We're almost 50 minutes into it. Shit. Yeah, speaking of Vito, I saw him and Riley look like they got into a fight. I don't know if it was real. I just saw some still pictures on the Dick Masterson Twitter feed. Looked like Riley had him in some sort of a hold, but then Vito was throwing a knee to him. And I'm thinking to myself, where is the footage? In this day and age of everybody having fucking cameras and video recording software on their cameras, why didn't you get footage of them fighting? Why would you just take still photographs? Makes no sense, makes no damn sense. Unless you did get video and you just took a screenshot and still of the video, then that makes sense. But if Vito and Riley actually got into a fight and you didn't film that shit live, then you just need bitch slapped really fucking hard. Really. Now, but it was all kayfabe, no doubt. They staged some photos. Yeah, I'm telling you, something happened to Dick Masterson. Something fucking happened to that guy. The last, remember when him and Vito had that little argument? And Vito said something along the lines of, well, I know some stuff about you too, Dick. And Dick's like, what's that supposed to mean? Are you threatening me? Remember that stream? It happened towards the final minutes of that stream. And then after that, everybody had speculated that maybe Vito was going to get fired. But no, what happened was Dick gave half of his fucking show to Vito. And then after that, he laid off the fucking gas and he completely stopped making fun of Vito. Kind of sus if you ask me. Did Vito decide to leverage that blackmail against Dick? Well, you know, Dick, it'd be kind of a shame if the tranny felching incident from Burning Man were to be revealed to the public. It would really take a hit to your credibility as an alpha male. Boy, it would sure be nice to own half of the biggest problem, you know. Not saying that it went down like that exactly, but something fucking happened. The entire premise behind that show is making fun of Vito. You have this fucking bloated, fat, bald, low IQ leftists on there, and you make fun of him. That's the whole fucking point behind the show. And if you're not making fun of Vito, then what's the fucking point of the show? And he completely laid off the fucking gas. Like after the election, for instance. Like it should have just been, Vito should have been turned into a pinata and should have rage quit that fucking stream in tears. Should have been a full like retrospective, full blown analysis, why they lost, this and that. No, it's like just cackling like a fucking cuck, like Kamala Harris the whole time. What a fucking joke. Yeah, he stopped making fun of Vito. I don't know what the fuck happened. Ever since that one fucking stream where Vito kind of did that veiled threat that he's got some blackmail on him, he laid off the gas and like that. Like, stop making fun of him. I mean, yeah, he do a little fucking this and that here and there, but not like how he should. Not like how he used to. Yeah, boy, if I was in Dick Masterson's shoes, Vito would have fucking yeeted himself already. Like, literally, he would rage quit the fucking stream in tears every fucking time. Yeah. But I don't tolerate leftists. I really don't. Especially not anymore. Could you imagine being such a fucking weak, submissive beta male that you would give half of your fucking IP to some shit-stained leftist who would see you fucking put into a death camp without hesitation? You are the biggest cuckold. Goodbye. Yeah, Jesus fucking Christ. What a weak, timid, submissive beta male. Fucking LARPing around as an alpha. What a fucking joke. A fucking wetback spick LARPing around as a fucking white guy. Bone insecure piece of fucking shit. Yeah, Dick Masterson, easily the biggest fucking joke in that whole fucking sphere. Fucking mockery of a man. Both fucking real. Tries to pretend like he's a misogynist, but he's got a girlfriend. You're a fucking joke is what you are. Gave away half of his fucking IP to some shit-stained leftist who would see him dead without hesitation. All right, I need to stop talking about this shit. Yeah. Yeah, they were all together in one area. Frog Tony, Riley, Vito, they were all at Dick's house. Yeah, I heard Riley had some sort of court date here recently. You know, I heard that he had Nick Rekieta as his fucking lawyer. Can anybody confirm that? Did Riley actually have Nick Rekieta as his fucking lawyer? If that's the case, you know what's going to happen, right? Riley's going to jail. Riley is going to fucking jail. If Riley truly has Nick Rekieta as his fucking lawyer, he's going to jail. Yeah, if they offer him any sort of plea in which he doesn't have to pay a fine or have probation or go to jail, he needs to take that plea and just be grateful. Yeah, I hear they want to try to get Eric July on the stand or something like that. Fuck. You know what? Normally I have a policy about calling the police frivolously. Like, I really don't like cops. I really, really don't. Cops, they like stole thousands of dollars from me once and tried to orchestrate my death once. Like, I have a special animus towards police. Like, in my opinion, you only call the cops under life or death situations. Most of the time after you've already pulled the trigger and you need to have them come do the paperwork or whatever. Very, very few times in which to call the cops. And for something like this, like, I thought it was just, it's not necessary. You need to confront him like a fucking man and not act like a little bitch. But at the end of the day, sometimes that first domino needs to fall, if you know what I mean. I think Riley should go to jail. I want him to go to jail. I want Riley to go to jail for as long as humanly fucking possible. Because you want to know why? You want to know what will happen? If Riley goes to jail for a long period of time, hell, even for a year or more, or even for a few months, sometimes those few months get parlayed into a year or more. And then those year or more, they parlay into a decade or more. Because sometimes you have to defend yourself in prison. Somebody tries to take your manhood and you fight back, and you fucking almost kill that guy, you can get charged for assault in prison. You have to use a shank to fucking defend yourself. You get a charged assault with a deadly weapon. Those are more years. More often than not, once you go into prison, you get fucking institutionalized. You never fucking get out. And when you get out, you go back. If Riley goes to jail, the most likely scenario is he's going to become completely radicalized to the Aryan Brotherhood. Yes, since he's white, he's going to have to join a gang. And there's very, very few white gangs you can join. The Aryan Brotherhood, the biggest, most powerful one. And once they find out it was a ninja that put him in jail, boy, you know what they're going to do. He's going to be in the yard pumping iron. Put another plate on there. You got to get that ninja. Yeah, you got to get strong, boy. Put another plate on there. And then next thing you know, Riley's pumping 500 pounds. He's covered in tattoos, pure muscle. And then when the day he finally gets out, you want to know the first thing he's going to do? He's going to go get himself a Kalashnikov with some filed off serial numbers. And then he's going to go pay the warehouse a visit. That's what he's going to do. And if he's not going to pay the warehouse a visit, maybe he'll go pay them a little visit at one of their little meetups, at one of their little bars. And if Riley comes crashing the fucking party with a Kalashnikov, fully radicalized from prison, we all know what's going to happen. Ah, get down. He's got a gun. He's got a fucking gun. And that's a good thing. Yes. And that's a good thing. When it comes to cult on cult warfare, you just sit back and you just let them fight each other. And you laugh. That's what you do. You fucking laugh. Because there are no winners in cult on cult warfare except for the people who sit back and laugh. Yes. All right, we've almost reached the hour mark, and I've talked mostly Griftosphere-related shit. You know what? I think we might take a little break. And then we'll come back and maybe talk about some world events. Some serious stuff. Yeah, we flipped the script tonight. We talked about stupid shit in the beginning. Unintentionally. Yeah, maybe I'll even throw that StreamYard's link out there at some point, maybe. It's been a while since I've had guests on. Hopefully they don't try to flash their junk. Get the damn stream yeeted. Yeah, there's a lot of shit going on in the world today. Like I played that little vignette at the very beginning of the show, War Pigs. Politicians hide themselves away. They only start until the war. Why should they go out and fight? They leave that role to the poor. Yeah, they're getting ready to start World War fucking 3 on their way out of office. Leave Trump with a fucking a world that's turned to ash. That's what they're trying to do. Yeah, Joe Biden here recently sanctioned the Ukraine to use missiles inside of Russia, which basically means, Vladimir said if we ever did that, it means NATO is now at war with Russia, which means we are at war with Russia because we are a part of NATO. And Vladimir Putin, he's not stupid. He knows they're trying to bait him into it. So rather than just simply turning the Ukraine into a smoking crater, what Vlad does instead, he launches a series of, they're not ICBMs, they're something even more beyond that. They're even more advanced than ICBMs. and he fucking just lit up the Ukraine with them. Only thing is, he didn't put any bombs or warheads on them. He did it just to send a message. He's like, hey, if you guys really want to take it there, I could completely annihilate your whole fucking country if I truly want to. You stupid fucks. Yeah, I've said from the very beginning, Vladimir Putin has basically displayed the patience of a saint when it comes to what the Western powers have been doing to him and his country for decades. He really has. Yeah, he told them what was going to happen if they tried to go in there and do that shit. Take over the Ukraine, those certain areas. Like, we're going to have to go to war with you guys if you try to fucking do that shit. You try to bring the Ukraine into NATO, we're going to fucking go to war with the Ukraine. Like, they did it anyway. He's just saber rattling. Yeah, but luckily, Putin's not stupid and he recognizes what they're trying to do. In all reality, I bet there's going to be a peace treaty negotiated before Trump even takes office. I bet they're working behind the scenes right now. Yeah, I mean, Trump, he negotiated a goddamn peace treaty with North fucking Korea, for fuck's sake. North Korea. You can negotiate a peace treaty with North Korea. You could negotiate a peace treaty with anybody. And once we stop spending all the American taxpayers on that stupid war, then we could have that money, you know, spent on something better, build the wall, help out the homeless, build better roads, them whole ass roads. Hell, even if they just built better roads, that would be a much better spending of that money. Yeah. China will be brought to heel too. Yeah, if Russia and China had to team up in a war against the United States, Russia would have to do the heavy lifting. Like I've said this before, the Chinese military, they are a paper tiger and a half. Yeah, you know, a lot of the stuff you get from China, it just falls apart. It's trash. That's the same thing with their military hardware. Like literally their tanks would start falling apart on them. Same with their boats, their aircraft carriers, their missiles. Yeah, a war with China would be over quicker than a war with the cartel. Talking about going to war with the Mexican drug cartels. Boy, that would be a war and a half. The cartel is embedded in all 50 states. Some areas they've completely taken over. Police can't even go there or else they'll be shot on sight, especially in areas of California. They've completely taken over the illegal drug trade out there. Yeah, war with the cartel could be our greatest war yet. All of the stuff you see happening in Mexico, mayors getting beheaded, stuff like that, that could be the type of stuff we see here in the United States of America. You know, all that crazy, insane stuff you see going on over in Europe, the knifings, the rapings. Yeah, hopefully, now that Trump is in charge, the grown-ups are in charge, we can get that element out. All of these gangs that are taking over apartment complexes, you know, send in the SEAL teams, get them out of there. Yeah, I had once asked the question, like of a place like Britain, for example. Does Britain have anything close to their own version of Donald Trump? Somebody that could get in there and right the ship and save the day. And it's like nobody, fucking nobody. Who, Boris Johnson? Nigel Farage? I don't know. Maybe if they get Tommy Robinson in there, I don't know. Tommy Robinson. I only say that because I know the British establishment doesn't like Tommy Robinson. So if the British establishment doesn't like you, you're probably one of the good guys. Yeah, they're throwing people in jail for memes and Facebook posts out there. They are literally emptying their prisons, putting rapists and predators on the streets so that they could fill the prisons with people making Facebook posts and memes. That's how cucked it is over there in Britain right now. Yeah. Well, thank God Elon Musk got Twitter. And there's one bastion of free speech still left on the internet. Yeah, that might have been one of the contributing factors to Trump winning that election, having Twitter there. Yeah, because way more people get their news from Twitter than they do the mainstream news media. Yeah, I heard that somebody just bought MSNBC here recently. And they say it's somebody that you would not expect. That would be so fucking hilarious if Elon Musk bought MSNBC. And he starts buying up all of these broke liberal chains that are going out of business. And then like make some true free speech platforms. You don't have to make it right wing or whatever. Just make it true free speech is all you got to do. Because the thing about the left is they have to control the narrative. If you say something they don't like and don't agree with, or that hurts their narrative, they're going to try to silence you and they're going to try to cancel you. This is why free speech is so important. It's why it's part of our Constitution right there in the beginning, the First Amendment. It's the most important one. Second most important one, the Second Amendment, the guns, you know. Free speech and guns. If the government ever becomes too tyrannical, why we can exercise our Second Amendment rights and overthrow the tyrannical government and install a just one. That's the whole reason why the Second Amendment exists. Let's just hope we don't have to fucking go there. Let's hope not. Yeah, the deep state will try to kill Trump again, make no mistake. Another person they're going to try to kill too, Elon Musk. I have a feeling they're going to try to make a play on Elon Musk. Because they know how powerful and influential he is right now. He has Trump's ear. He's now heading the Department of Government Efficiency. That's basically Drain the Swamp rebranded. They're going to go in there with a chainsaw and just cut the bureaucracy. Take out all these government employees that have been collecting pensions and paychecks for years for being a drain on the system and doing nothing. Yeah, let's get rid of these guys. Yeah, make it way, way more efficient. It's going to be the metaphorical Manhattan Project of its time. Yeah, they're going to make a play on Elon Musk. I got a feeling he better surround himself with some good bodyguards. That's all I can say. Yep. I wonder if all of these liberals that thought Trump was a Nazi and the second coming of Hitler are all going to leave the country like they said they were. If he gets elected, I'm moving to Canada. Well, he's elected. Are you going to be leaving? So far, I haven't heard anybody leaving. Oh, wait, no, I think Ellen DeGeneres is leaving, going to Britain. And we're getting rid of Ellen. Well, it might have been worth it just to get rid of Ellen. Yeah. He's a Nazi. He's Hitler. Remember that always punch Nazis stuff? Always punch a Nazi. Yeah, literally, they just, a Nazi is just the worst thing they can think of to call you. That's why they call you a Nazi. And it's always leftists that use that term, too. Much like how the right will use the word pedophile because that's the most worst thing they can think of to call you. So, too, is it with the left and the word Nazi. The worst thing that a person could be? A pedophile Nazi. Yes, Nazi pedophiles. You're a Nazi pedophile. If somebody ever calls you a pedophile Nazi, boy, you really know they hate your ass. Like I sense your vitriol coming through loud and clear. Yikes. All right. Yeah, I think we might take a little break. Yeah, the devil. The devil's on the run. The devil has had control for so long. Let's hope God spared Trump on that stage that day for a reason. He get in there and hopefully get us back on a better course. Because if we keep heading down this path, I mean, goddamn, look, they just tried to start World War III, for fuck's sake. Boy, you talk about like a spoiled, petulant child just trying to flip the board. Like you've just lost the chess game, so you flip the board. That's basically what they tried to do. So petulant, so childish, so dangerous. I'm so glad these people are no longer in power. They are satanic. They are fucking wicked. They are the epitome of evil. Hell, if there existed a word 1,000 times greater than evil, it wouldn't even begin to scratch the surface of describing who and what these people are. It really wouldn't. Yeah, but I digress. We're going to take a little break, and we're going to get a little lighthearted. And we'll come back, and maybe I'll throw that StreamYard's link out there, and if anybody wants to come on and chop it up for a little bit, maybe we will. All right, guys, we'll be back in a little bit.
I spin fellas, my swing quicker than Federer. I serve packing the bands back on the regular. And I'ma tell her how she sing for me T-Pain. Your mama's hooked on the packs, I'll be selling her. I click M's and bang 'em and I'm not sing. I feel his head with the lead like a mukbang. The magazine made me lean when I walk and the drumstick will make a head bang like a punk band. Hop in the cab, I'm banging me crossword up. Head in the west and I'm banging a posh bird. Couple of cans and a puff on me death stick. Click on me fingers, he's cutting me cough dead. Ringing the bow bells, bringing the website. I'm flinging the dry food, bringing the cassette. Belling me non-stop, sending the lads there. Hopping me drop top, I'm running the man down. Mr. Big Bucks, I'll be looking at business. Stressed to kill, mama got me up on a hit list. Pole position, had a fella running the distance. I'll be banging her, giving her triplets. The bigger the bag, the bigger the butt crack. The bigger the chance the birds up in my contacts. The figure's a big deal, a pen on a contract. Serve me up, baby, give a tip when we top end. And I'll be whipping a wire, popping a Benson. Pushing a pack, the full stack like I'm benching. Giving the fish scale, they slide like a penguin. Flipping the chick on my bills, why fuck a pension. My vision, I've been puffing the peace pipes, selling free fires to the fiends by the seaside. I'ma tear lines in the seams of my Levi's with a stack figure than Nicki Minaj behind. And I'ma tell her how she sing for me T-Pain. Your mama's hooked on the packs, I'll be selling her. I click M's and bang 'em and I'm not saying. I feel his head with the lead like a mukbang. The magazine made me lean when I walk and the drumstick will make a head bang like a punk band. Hop in the cab, I'm banging me crossword up. Head in the west and I'm banging a posh bird. Couple of cans and a puff on me death stick. Click on me fingers, he's cutting me cough dead. Ringing the bow bells, bringing the website. I'm flinging the dry food, bringing the cassette. They belling me non-stop, sending the lads there. Hopping me drop top, I'm running the man down. Mr. Big Bucks, I'll be looking at business. Stressed to kill, mama got me up on a hit list. Pole position, had a fella running the distance. I'll be banging her, giving her triplets. The bigger the bag, the bigger the butt crack. The bigger the chance the birds up in my contacts. The figure's a big deal, a pen on the contract. Serve me up, baby, give a tip when we top end. And I'll be whipping a wire, popping a Benson. Pushing a pack, the full stack like I'm benching. Giving the fish scale, they slide like a penguin. Flipping the chick on my bills, why fuck a pension. Slow mo vision, I've been puffing the peace pipes, selling free fires to the fiends by the seaside. I'ma tear lines in the seams of my Levi's with a stack figure than Nicki Minaj behind.
And once those lambs become rams and understand the nature of who and what their enemy is, they need to understand next what is best in life. You understand what I'm saying, motherfucker? Do you know what is best in life? Big Daddy knows what is best in life. And if you do not yet know what is best in life, you listen to the words of Big Daddy. For not only will I tell you what is best in life, but I will show you. I will show you what is best in life. You will learn the way I learned, not from my father, but from his father before him. The type that fought real Nazis. You understand me? Y'all like to call yourselves social justice warriors, though true war is about the furthest thing from reality such people will ever know. Let me tell you about war, social justice boy. I'm talking about charging a machine gun nest,
running across no man's land, jumping over barbed wire and landmines, watching your buddies die face down in the muck, while you stick your bayonet right in the eye of your enemy as he's reloading his machine gun, and you sit there surrounded by death and carnage, smelling blood in the air and charred corpses, and you realize you feel more alive now than you ever felt in your life. Let me tell you about war, social justice boy. That's what my granddaddy would tell you about war, motherfucker. He fought real Nazis. You understand me? Not you fake-ass LARPing Antifa fucks. My granddaddy knew what was best in life, and he taught me. Now, all too often, those of the Christian persuasion, when confronted with certain conundrums in life, always ask themselves that question: what would Jesus do? We all know what Jesus would do. This has been made painfully clear to us in the Bible. He would lay down on his back and expose his throat and allow himself to be sacrificed like a lamb. That's what Jesus would do. You don't need to ask yourself, what would Jesus do when that day comes, when you are marched off to the fucking death camps? You need to ask yourself, what would you do? What would you do if your life was on the line? What would you do if the life of your family was on the line? What would you do if your very soul itself was on the line? What would you do? Would you lay down on your back and expose your throat and allow yourself to be sacrificed like a lamb the way Jesus would? Or would you understand the nature of your enemy and put forth in practice what is best in life? If you don't yet know the true nature of your enemy, let Big Daddy enlighten you. For I did the work that you don't have to. I went into the mind of the enemy and I figured them out. I empathized with the devil. You want to know what I would do if I was the devil? If I was the Prince of Darkness? This is what I would do. If I were the devil, I'd want to engulf the whole world in evil. To do this, I would usurp control over the most powerful nation on the planet, the United States of America. I would use it as a tool to do my bidding, and it would act as a staging area to take over the rest of the planet. I'd subvert the churches first, to make sure the strong, God-fearing Christian types that could stop me and my minions stay like lambs ready for the slaughter. I'd promote the concept of turn the other cheek, rather than eye for eye and tooth for tooth. And I would have my minions spread black propaganda throughout the Christian communities to weaken the fiber of the soul of the Christian youth. Turn them into lambs ready for the slaughter through the fetishization of sacrificing oneself. Teach them to lay down and expose their throats and allow themselves to be killed rather than fight back against the ones who would attempt to poison and destroy them. If I were the devil, I would have a whisper campaign, whispering to the people as the serpent whispered to Eve. Do as thou wilt will become the primary philosophy of the people. If I were the devil, I would teach the people that what is good is bad, and what is bad is good. That there is no God, that man is inherently evil and should be killed, and that you should worship the government. To social engineer the people to accept my ways, I would systematically take over all the various institutions of power and influence. If I were the devil, I would take over all forms of entertainment, music, the news media, the systems of commerce and finance, business, the judiciary, the intelligence agencies, the various political parties, the institutions of education and science, and so on and so forth. If I were the devil, I would seek to destroy the family. To do this, I would promote an ideology called feminism. If I were the devil, I would teach the young women to waste the best years of their life pursuing school and career. I would do this to break women, to transform them into terrible partners and mothers, by destroying their ability to form a pair bond with their husbands, by tricking them into being as promiscuous as possible. The way I would attack and destroy the families through the woman, you see, the same way I came for Eve. Women are inherently weak and will always fall to the ways of the forked tongue. And through feminism would come about a thing called single mother culture, the ultimate culmination in the destruction of the family. And through single mother culture, I would have the prisons overflowing. Short-term sexual flings is what I would teach the women to pursue. I would teach the women that marriage is bad and that family is bad. To be truly liberated, you must serve your employer. To serve your husband and children would make you a slave. And they would accept it because at that point I would control all facets of society, and to think anything otherwise would get you ostracized and ridiculed and cancelled. If I were the devil, I'd soon have families at war with themselves, churches at war with themselves, nations at war with themselves, until each in turn was consumed. I'd pit black versus white, man versus woman, young versus old, middle class versus poor. My strategy would be to create tension and division amongst everyone. No one will be united against me. And I would use the media to fan the flames of hate and radicalize the people with fake news stories and propaganda meant to invoke negative emotions rather than simply inform them. If I were the devil, I would take over the illegal drug trade and create a life situation as such it would draw people to drug abuse. The rest, I would tranquilize with pills from my legal drug trade. If I were the devil, I would kill off the concepts of patriotism, morals, and hard work, and burn out people's ability to feel complex emotions like empathy, compassion, and love. If I were the devil, I would replace love, strength, and common sense with weakness, ignorance, and hate. If I were the devil, I would basically be doing the same exact thing they're doing right now. You understand what I'm saying? And now that you've been enlightened about the true nature of your enemy, the true nature of the devil, ask yourself, what is best in life?
Crack Joe, the ragdoll, the rebel devil, reveling the pain, ain't no shame to give 'em what they want. Got 29 reasons I'd be shooting them all. She got it deadly, what is best in life? Crushing enemies, take away their life. Daddy never take no crap. Daddy with the big kick slap. Daddy with a pimp slap hand. Daddy be the back door man. Yo, what is best in life? Crush your enemies. What is best in life? Crush your enemies. 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 Lamentation of their women. Daddy never take no crap. Daddy with the big dick slap. Daddy with a pimp slapped hand. Daddy be the back door man. Yo, what is best in life? Crush your enemies. What is best in life? Crush your enemies. Crush your enemies. Daddy never take no crap. Daddy with the big dick slap. Daddy with best in life.
best in life. Crush your enemies, see them bleed right before your eyes. Hear them scream, please don't let me die. Lamentation of the women, feminism is a sin. Lamentation of that man. Daddy never take no crap. Daddy with the big dick slap. Daddy with a pimp slap hand. Daddy be the back door man. Yo. Daddy never take no crap. Daddy with the big dick slap. Daddy with a pimp slap hand. Daddy be the back door man. Yo. Crick Joe topped the devil in face, living and dying in pain. No shame, shots pop them dead on the floor. Hangman, hangman, dancing with the devil in the dark. Daddy never take no crap. Daddy with the big dick slap. Daddy with a pimp slap hand. Daddy never take no crap. Daddy with the big dick slap. Daddy with best in life. Crush enemies on sight. Yo, what is best in life? Crush your enemies, see them bleed right before your eyes. Hear them scream, please don't let me die. Lamentation of the women, feminism is a sin. Lamentation of the women. Daddy never take no crap. Daddy with the big dick slap. Daddy with a pimp slap hand. Daddy be the back door man. Yo, what is best in life? Crush your enemies. What is best in life? Crush your enemies. Crush your enemies. What is best in life? Crush your enemies. Crush your enemies. Crush your enemies. Daddy never take no crap. Daddy with the big dick slap. Daddy with a pimp slap hand. Daddy be the back door man. Yo, daddy never take no crap. Daddy with the big dick slap. Daddy with the women. Crush enemies on sight. Yo, Craig Joe topped the devil in face, living and dying in pain. Ain't no shame to give them what they want. Got 29 reasons I be shooting them moms. She got me cracked-jawed and ragdolled, living and dying in pain. Ain't no shame to doing what you like, but stepping to me is fucking suicide. Crush enemies while dancing with the devil in the dark. Daddy never take no crap. Daddy with the big dick slap. Daddy with best in life. Crush enemies while dancing with the devil in the day. Like day and night. Telling me now what is best tonight. Crush enemies while living my soul of pain. Crush enemies while dancing with the devil in the rain. I'm mine. Crush enemies while feeling my soul a spark. Crush enemies while dancing with the devil in the dark. Daddy never take no crap. Daddy with the big dick slap. Daddy with a pimp slap hand. Daddy be the back door man. Yo, what is best in life? Crush your enemies. What is best in life? Crush your enemies. crush your enemies. Daddy never take no crap. Daddy with the big dick slap. Daddy with that sin life. Crush enemies on sight, yo. Crush enemies while dancing with the devil in the dark. Daddy never take no crap. Daddy with the big dick slap. Daddy with a pimp slap hand. Daddy be the back door man. Yo, what is best in life? Crush your enemies. What is best in life? Crush your enemies. Crush your enemies. Daddy never take no crap. Daddy with the big dick slap. Daddy with best in life. Crush enemies on sight. Yo, what is best in life? Crush your enemies. See them bleed. For your eyes and ears. Release the genocide. It's a bestseller in lamentation of the women. Lamentation of the women. What is best in life? Crush your enemies. See them bleed right before your eyes. Hear them scream. Please don't let me die. Lamentation of the women. Feminism is a sin. Lamentation of the women.
And we're back. Crush Your Enemies, the original mix. The metaphorical bohemian rhapsody of its time. Gangster rap meets folk, right there. Inspired by the Arnold Schwarzenegger movie Conan the Barbarian. Conan, what is best in life? Crush your enemies. See them driven before you. To hear the lamentations of their women. Yeah, I've got a portion of that song that I use as bumper music. But that was the original version I created like 4 years ago. I used to have it on my old channel. But then some shit went down and it got yeeted. That was the same channel I had the War Campaign rap on. The War Campaign Rhapsody. I've still got the song. But I don't know if there'd be any demand for something like that now since the War Campaign is basically dead. Yeah, I don't really throw the StreamYards link out there because nobody really comes on the show. I mean, I might get a Dick Flasher on. Maybe a TJ or Lord Finatra. If I'm lucky, maybe Risey will come on. Yeah, if you come on to the Big Daddy show, you take the chance of getting fucking sued. Yeah. Yeah, I threw the StreamYards link out there. If anybody wants to pop on. See somebody in the back room. Bundle of sticks, it says. We'll see who this guy is. Hopefully, it's not some sort of flasher of genitalia. Hopefully not. We'll see. Welcome to the show.
I wouldn't do that to you, Big Daddy.
Oh, thank you. So, what's up?
Well, I kind of wish you would log back into the farms. I really enjoyed your takes. That's why I listen to your show. I do enjoy your takes. Maybe not so much in the last year or two with the hate on the base black man. But before that, I've always loved your takes.
Yeah. Like I explained my thing about Eric July. Like I didn't like the fact that everybody was sucking up to him for clout, knowing that the book wasn't all that. And that they weren't being honest with him. Like I did a whole spiel about this before. Of all of the motherfuckers out there I was the only one who was honest with Eric July. And in many ways, I was the best friend Eric July ever had. Because a true friend is going to be honest with you. A true friend's not going to lie to you and blow smoke up your ass. And I never once blew smoke up his ass. Even when he came onto the farms for that brief period of time, even then, all I did was try to give him good advice then.
Yeah, but that Twitter is cancer account, he sure as hell did. Whoever the hell he was nuked from orbit by Noel.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been a while since I've been on the farms.
Well, you should probably go back. I mean, your takes are great, and I just look. I've been around and I listened to you when you. I remember back, was it 4 or 5 years ago? You had you had Testify, Vickyverse, Dean, Pete, Smeeg Pig, Well-Read Loser. You had everybody on your show, and you just let them take control of it. And I hate to say it, but that there is a huge fundamental fan base that listens to this content, because we all, well, maybe not we all, but people like me, consider Ethan Van Sciver a locale. He is a locale, and you pointed this out yourself, not only in your posts but also in your videos and your clips on your multiple channels. You're kind of you have multiple channels. You kind of hide them out. It's hard to find you, what you doing. But Dean's right, man. You're great. I love you. That's why I'm calling in, man. It's because I respect your content. I respect what you do. And there was a video that you did like 2 or 3 years ago where you were making a rap, making fun of War Campaign and Word Nerd, making fun of Roe, making fun of you. That video's gone. That video's gone, and it was the funniest rap. You're great.
That whole channel is gone. That was my very first channel, the first one YouTube got.
I didn't know that it was deleted, but yeah, you made that rap where you were talking about Word Nerd not beating his kids, but drinking, and that you're great, dude. I love you, man. But you kind of lost me with the hatred on Eric July. And don't get me wrong, I'm not an Eric July simp at all. I followed him during the COVID shit, and he had base takes on like libertarian ideas about what was going on during 2019. And I was like, this guy's great. But I haven't backed a single one of his comics. But I just felt like you rode that train, and then it kind of came across like you were a Frog Tony, Katie did camp type of person. Like, well, I don't know, man. I just like, the guy is a multi-millionaire off of these comics, and we're just gonna just shit on him, but we're gonna just forget about Frog. We're gonna forget about the EVS and his 4-year late campaigns. I mean, I don't know. I know you got comics in the works coming out in the future, but I don't know if you are like, if it's like you're working for him or what, but it kind of came across that way. And then you left the farms, and it's like, I don't know, I just stopped following you. But you're a funny guy, and I'm glad you're back, because I watched your last couple of videos, man. They're great. And they're old. The last one I saw, it was like you're saying in a chat, it was like, this is a 2-year-old video.
Yeah, that's from my old channel that got yeeted. I had a whole shitload of videos on there, including the War Campaign Rhapsody.
Exactly, man. And I just wanted to call in and say I think you need a lot more viewers, and you need to stop hiding and changing channels. I don't know if there's people fucking with you over the last 6 or 7 years that are flagging you, or why you have to change your channels so often, but it's kind of hard to find you and follow you, you know?
Yeah, like normally to stay ahead of the council culture, I have to have a series of lifeboat channels. And if one of my channels gets hit with 2 strikes, then my protocols are to private every video I have and then start streaming on one of my other channels, because of if I've got 2 strikes on the channel, it's too vulnerable. Like literally you could swing a dead cat at any one of my streams or videos and probably find something to strike me for. Like on my last, I had to private all of my videos on my other channels because they struck me for the Sound of Freedom retrospective. They got me for cyberbullying and harassing. Cyberbullying and harassing human traffickers and child predators. Like if they could strike you for that, they could strike you for anything.
Right.
So after that, I privated all the videos and now I'm streaming over here.
And everything that you talk about, everything that you talk about other than comicsgate, like the political stuff, the tinfoil stuff, I'm kind of on the same page with everything you say because I've lived it and I've seen it. And I'm just kind of curious, what is your feelings about 2020 to today? Like the election of 2020 compared to the election of 2024 and YouTube of 2020 and YouTube of 2024. Is it any better now? Or do you think it's about the same?
I think it's worse, actually. Ever since Trump got elected, I think they might have changed their algorithms. That's why I got hit on the Sound of Freedom video. They're starting to crack down, thinking Trump might start coming after the satanic pedophiles because I had mentioned the word QAnon. Like the whole premise behind the video was that how the left was trying to tie the video to QAnon and thus completely delegitimize a child trafficking and say it wasn't happening and shit. And that was trying to like saying how fucked up that was. And in doing so, you're basically shielding and protecting child traffickers and child predators by doing that. And just by simple virtue of me saying the word QAnon, I think an algorithm picked it up because it was a really old video. It made no sense why it got hit unless some really salty leftist didn't like me and decided to go strike random channels.
Did that happen recently? Was that like a recent?
Yeah, it
strike?
just happened like a couple weeks ago. That's the reason why I'm streaming over here again.
That's fucked. That's fucked up, man. I don't believe in QAnon. I think that's like anonymous. I think it's just another gay op from the government. But look at this guy, Gates. I think that he got in there and he's a child pedophile, but they got rid of him real quick when it was too obvious to protect him. He's gone. I don't know about this chick that they replaced him with, but you know, it's good to be optimistic. I am optimistic.
Actually, about Gates, I had read a Twitter thread today that somebody went through the whole thing from the very beginning. And it sounded like they tried to do a honeypot with Gates. They set him up with an underage girl who was using an ID that said she was older than what she was, and she was 17. And he was set up by these guys so that they could have blackmail on him so that they could use his father to try to get money to get a CIA agent out of an Iranian prison. Like, it's this real fucked up thing. And it's just too fucked up for your average normie to understand. And so they just decided, like, it's not worth the political blowback. It's a shame because a guy like that would have actually gone after the fucking motherfuckers too. But
right. And I have no faith in this pretty face they put in his place. But I had no faith in Gates either. So, but, you know, in the COVID, I mean, I voted for Trump twice. I didn't vote this time, but I voted twice because I knew I live in a fucking blue state and I knew my vote wasn't going to be counted, period. So I just chose not to vote. But I'm glad to see that everything I voted for in 2020 came true in 2024. But we'll see. We'll see.
yeah, hopefully we don't get embroiled into World War III.
Right. Well, there's like 50 days left of Biden's term. So they got 50 days to try to make that happen.
Yeah, they're literally more dangerous now than they've ever been. They're like cornered, wounded animals right now. You don't know what they might do.
Yeah, that's why you got to have food. You got to have gas. You got to have shelter, heat. You got to, everything you've done over the since I found you, like 7 or 8 years ago, or not 7, like 5 years, 4 or 5 years ago, I found your channel. And I agree with almost everything you ever say, except for the Eric July hate. And the only reason I disagree with you on the Eric July hate is not over the comics stuff. It's because Eric July was a libertarian and he was speaking out against the COVID stuff. And that's why I followed and liked Eric July, was because of his libertarian anti-COVID stuff. And I haven't bought a single one of his comics, but I do like his based libertarian takes. because as an American, I like being free. I like my freedom.
Yeah, I mean, I used to listen to Eric July. I used to be in the chat, like making comments and shit like that, back when he was talking politics and stuff like that.
And I used to listen to your shows. I never had an account or anything like that, or call in the shows, but I used to listen to you, Vickyverse, Dean, Testify, Well-Read User, and you know, comicsgate has had issues for a very long time, and you used to call them out on what Ethan's failings are. And I mean, I don't think
I never stopped.
Well, now it's the slums, but I mean, how are the? I mean, I don't know. I just feel like Ethan's burning it to the ground. He trademarked it, and anybody that doesn't go 100% on his mental point of view, you're an enemy. And it's like, dear God, I have $1,328.88 of unfulfilled campaigns on Indiegogo. So why the hell would I ever back another comic on Indiegogo? I'm not. I'm done. And there's a million. Vanessa. I mean, there's a million. The CG Hitman. I mean, there's not millions, but there's hundreds of us that have been here since the start, and we're just thrown under the bus as these new clowns get in, like Riley and Frog Tony with no teeth. And I mean, and you're going to expect us to continue to pay pig for product that doesn't come? I mean, I don't see how this is a winning strategy. I just don't. I mean, maybe you do. I know that you have comic ambitions. You got your books coming out. You've got your scripts, but aligning that to CG is not a good idea. Just make it indie, you know. And
no, I mean, did you say you've seen? You've been watching me for years. Did you ever see that time when Ethan came on the show?
Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, literally, I've been going against this fucker for years. I had made the video Cyberfrog 3 in the fall of comicsgate, where I talked about all this, where Ethan himself was coping in the comments section. I mean, literally, nobody else has gone harder against Ethan than me throughout the years. Like, I literally achieved Voldemort status with this motherfucker, for fuck's sake. It's like, what more could I do, really? Just the same thing with Eric July. It's like, my whole thing was making sure to spread awareness. Hey, this fucking shit is not all that. And once everybody came out and Ethan, like, yeah, we were lying, it's shit, we were just trying to suck up to him for clout, then I'm like, okay, finally I felt vindicated. Then I stopped making the videos, basically. Because that's the only reason I wanted to do that shit, just to spread awareness. And then to troll the ripitards, too. Like, you don't understand what it's like to do a YouTube channel and to have your comments section be shit up by a bunch of fucking people that think that they're better than you. And then most of it was just me playing a psychological game against the Eric July fan base. And once I finally had them broken, and then Ethan basically started doing his trash gas streams, there was no more need for me to do the Eric July videos, because the whole thing behind it was just the reaction I would get from his fan base. Like, I didn't like these fuckers coming into my fucking comment section, shitting it up, thinking that they were better than me. So I had to fucking put them in their place, and I finally broke them. And then they stopped coming into my comment section after that. And I was like, okay, there's no more fun in this. Like, I'm a creature of whim. I'm a little bit different than your average fucking YouTuber. I don't do shit for clout or money or whatever. Like, I was making fun of Eric July way back in the beginning. Well, once I read his book, that is, because to be honest, I was ambivalent towards the guy. Like, I was like, yeah, he made a comic, he made money, good for him. But then once I read it and saw how bad it was and realized everybody was lying, they're just blowing smoke up his ass to get clout, that's what pissed me off. And I had to went on this crusade to try to show people, hey, this book is shit. Everybody is lying. No, they're just sucking up to him for clout. And I had to go through all the review videos, reviewed it from beginning to end, reviewed the second ones, did parody videos about it. But then, like I said, it got old because it wasn't fun.
To be honest, man,
his fans didn't control me anymore. It's like, because I broke them. I utterly broke his fucking fan base.
Right, and to be honest, nobody did a better remake of those first Isom books than you. Your Isom remakes of those fucking books was hilarious. And those videos are going to go down in prosperity, man. But like you said, I mean, like, it just got old. Everybody was doing it. And then now it's like, who's laughing? I mean, I mean, how are you gonna? If people are willing to give the guy money and he's gonna put out a book that's shit, he's gonna put out a shit book on time. Then who's the asshole here? The asshole is the idiots that are buying it. And if he can make money off that, good for him. And plus, I mean, I just feel like Ethan really screwed the guy over. Riley, I mean not Riley, but young Ripa was loyal after the Zack Snyder fiasco. He was loyal when all of those guys left, and he stood by Ethan's side, and then it was Ethan putting a knife in the guy's back, and that's what I mean, you've been here long enough to know Ethan has stabbed everybody in the back. Some of them deserved a knife in the back, but a lot of them didn't. And it's just like,
the first part of my show, I went over all this. Like, the only reason Ethan put the knife in his back is because he saw he wasn't going to get no clout from Eric. Eric wasn't going to promote his Cyberfrog books to the same degree of zeal he was going to promote his books. And once Ethan knows he can't get no clout from you and he can't get no loyalty from you, well, then he has no more use for you. Then he's going to throw you under the bus. That's how this fucker operates.
And that's beyond that, because people like me, I mean, I putting in money. Like, I bought Cyberfrog 1, I bought Cyberfrog 2, I backed Rainbow the Brute, and Rainbow the Brute, I mean, it's been 4 years. It's been 4 years. Just go to the comment section on Rainbow the Brute on IGG and see how many people are happy about waiting for 4 years. If you have kids, I don't. Maybe you do. But if you have a kid, imagine them being a freshman in high school and a senior. They're not going to be the same person. So in freshman, yeah, comic book would be great. I want this Rainbow the Brute book. And then you're a senior. You got a car. You're dating a woman. You don't give a shit about your comic books. You got a job. You're just worried about your future. You don't care about comic books anymore. I mean, come on, man. This guy has got to fulfill this shit. He's going to criticize Ripa for shit quality books. Well, how about EVS just put out his goddamn books? Just draw the goddamn things. I understand what happened. I mean, he made Rainbow the Brute with a bunch of, like, he wanted to branch out everything to Matt Barr and to other motherfuckers, everybody. He wanted to give everybody a little piece of the girthy stallion and all this other shit, but he burnt the bridges with all those other creators, so nobody could draw those add-ons anymore because he burnt those bridges down. And then, I mean, it's just, for fuck's sake, dude, it's just got, I mean, I understand it, man. Ripa, I don't like Ripa for his comics. I like him for his libertarian takes, but I don't like Frog for his comics either, because he's just a fucking grifting asshole. I mean, I ain't gonna give a guy money when the value of money has changed. I mean, over the last 4 years, we've had 25-30% inflation. I don't know how he's going to be able to fulfill that book, and I don't even want it anymore, you know. And it's like, I don't even give a shit about him or Shane Davis or John Crying Malin. But it's your show, dude. I'm sorry for calling in, but it's nice to talk to you. I've been following you for a very long time, and you're a cool motherfucker. I'm going to continue to listen. Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks for coming on. Have you read my comic yet? I've got the first 3 chapters available for free out there.
Where can I find that?
I'll drop a link probably after the show's over, and once it's uploaded to YouTube, I'll put a link in the comments section or something.
Sounds good, man. I'll be listening. Thank you. Take care.
Yeah, take it easy. Yeah, the Big Daddy comic is out there right now. Well, the first 3 chapters. I still need to upload the rest of it. Been slacking on that. I guess he's done talking. Yeah, if anybody hasn't read the first 3 chapters of the Big Daddy comic yet, let me go ahead and play a trailer for it. River's Song, the Big Daddy manga. It's basically like the first several pages of the comic. If you watch it real closely, you get to watch the first several pages of the comic for free, basically.
You know they tied me up to a stake, burnt alive of hellfire flame, scream and wail and cry in pain. Things will never be the same. They've gone and left me so unwhole. They've gone and blessed me with an iron soul. This heart of pain don't feel no more. Woman with the iron soul, quoth the raven, nevermore. Oh, nevermore, I quoth the raven, nevermore. Oh, nevermore, quoth the raven, nevermore. Quoth the raven, nevermore.
River's Song, available now. Free to read. Completely free to read. Yeah, back when I first released it, it was like boom, boom, boom. 3 weeks in a row I released it. Weekly releases. Big Daddy set a precedence with this a long time ago. Comicsgate will never achieve what Big Daddy has achieved. Consecutive weekly releases. And I still got to release the rest of it. Yeah, I think if I release the rest of it, I'm only going to leave it up for a limited time. And then take it down and maybe leave the first 3 chapters up. Because I've got 2 versions, the black and white and the colored version. The reason I have the colored version is to sell it possibly in a crowdfund one day if because my original plan was to try to get it published and go true mainstream, get it published in like Shonen Jump or a manga publication of some sort. And the distant backup plan is to run a crowdfund if I can't find any publisher anywhere. So we'll cross that bridge if we come to it. I'm in no hurry. Yeah, unlike these grifters in Comicsgate, I release my shit completely free to read. Free of charge. I'll have the links posted once the show is over. I'll put the comments, put it in the comment section or in the description or something. Yeah, shit, we've almost reached that 2-hour mark. Yeah, we had a guest come on. It's been a while since I've had guests. Yeah, it's been a shame too because, there's 2 great shames that have taken place throughout the years doing live streams. The 2 great shames are the fact that I've never really had like real guests, if you know what I mean. I mean, yeah, I had some here and there in the beginning, but well, I mean, shit, after Dean got sued, like people stopped coming on the show after that. Like who wants to fucking come onto a show where you can't freely speak your mind and you might get sued? I mean, fuck. That basically killed any concept of bringing guests onto the show. And yeah, that's one of the great travesties, me not being able to interact with other people. Another one of the great travesties is the fact that I don't have an active chat. Like if I had an active chat, I could literally stream like 3 times a week or more. Because then I don't have to do no show prep. I could just play off of the chat and just pull up comments and just play off of that and just full improv. Because being stripped of my ability to improv is like being stripped of one of my greatest abilities. It's like, fuck. I've had 2 of my greatest abilities stripped from me. The ability to do improv and the ability to riff with guests. Yeah, this is one of the great travesties and shames of doing this throughout the years. That I've just, most of the time, about 90% of the time, my chat is dead. And I can get no guests on here. But I told myself a long time ago, back in the day when I had guests on, and sometimes shit wouldn't be very entertaining. Like I would let them on and they'd just drag down the show and kind of bring it down. I told myself a long time ago, never ever allow an integral part of the entertainment of your show to be dependent upon other people. I told myself that. Because if you allow the integral part of the entertainment of your show to be dependent upon other people, Well, what happens if those other people don't deliver and they're not funny or they're boring or whatever? Well, then your show is going to suck. And it's just too unreliable to find good guests that are going to be that entertaining, you know? The ones that are actually willing to come on, that is. But we had somebody come on here and chop it up for a bit, which was good. Yeah, some of my best shows have actually been when I've had guests on. I think there was one, I had Lord Finatra on there, Risey, TJ. Like, that was one of the fucking best streams I ever did. Yeah, shit, we've gone for fucking 2 hours. You know what? I think we might end the show. I think we might. A good full 2 hour show. I fucking ranted and raved about the Rippaverse and, well, not the Rippaverse, but comicsgate and the Griftosphere. Then I talked some world events, stuff like that. Did my classic version of Paul Harvey's If I Were the Devil. Yeah, there was this famous radio host, Paul Harvey. He died a long time ago. But what he would do is he would tell the story of somebody's life. And it would be this really, really interesting story. And at the very end of it, he would tell who the person was. And then he would say, and now you know the rest of the story. And like he had a little spiel about that. But one of his most famous bits was his If I Were the Devil bit. And he basically did that whole spiel like I did it earlier, If I Were the Devil, but I did my own take on it. I fucking killed it. I did it better than you, Paul Harvey. I fucking killed Prince's song, did a better version. Did a better version of Paul Harvey's If I Were the Devil. Big Daddy, the greatest fucking entertainer, rock star, legend of our fucking generation. The greatest unknown legend of our time. Yes, a fucking legend. A living legend. Mostly in my own mind, of course. Yes. All right. All right, we're going to go ahead and close out the show, guys. It's been a fun one. Thanks for coming out. And anybody who's been with the show long enough knows we usually close it out with a song or two. Yep. We usually close it out with a song or two. The only question is which songs we're going to close it out with. Ooh, I know what we're going to close it out with. Well, at least the first one. I remember years ago when I was a youngster, I was at this concert called Reggae on the River. It's this hippie festival. They do it every year. I think they still do it. But the year I went was the year they had all of the best bands. It was basically all downhill after that. They had the Beastie Boys, Bunny Wailer there, Jimmy Cliff. Jimmy Cliff, the reggae legend, he sang this song, Hakuna Matata. You know that old Disney song? Hakuna Matata. What a wonderful phrase. Hakuna Matata. In no passing craze. Means no worries for the rest of your days. It's a problem-free philosophy. Hakuna Matata. Hakuna Matata, baby. What a wonderful phrase. Hakuna Matata. In no passing craze. But anyway, he did his own version of Hakuna Matata. I thought, you know what? He just fucking killed that thing. That was actually pretty sick. And then I did my own version of Hakuna Matata one day. What I like to do is, well, back in the day, I would do these a cappella live streams where I would put on a full-blown Vegas-style lounge act at the end, an a cappella concert between the like a half hour, 45 minutes, sometimes an hour or more. And I would go back and take some of my best a cappella performances and I would lace them with one of my beats. So I capture the magic of a live performance, but combine it with that of the studio. And that's why the Big Daddy sound is just a little bit different than the sound you'll hear anywhere else. I consider myself like completely a pioneer, if you will, in the genre of music. Like you can't really pigeonhole me into any genre. I'm one of those types of artists that transcends the genres, if you will. Gangster rap crossed with folk. I could fucking take that and kill it. if you know what I mean. I took a Justin Bieber song and fucking just killed that shit. The Big Daddy version of The Wall. Yeah, I take a lot of these old songs, but I put my own spin on them and I just fucking do it my own way. In many ways, I believe it's actually better than the original version. But then again, I have a kind of high opinion of myself, but you got to. If you can back it up, it's not called narcissism. No, it's just called being fucking real. All right, guys, we're going to close it out. It's been a fun one. Thanks for coming out. Hakuna Matata. What a wonderful phrase. Hakuna Matata. Ain't no passing craze. Means no worries for the rest of your days. Yeah, sing it, Daddy. It's a problem-free philosophy. Hakuna Matata. Hakuna Matata. What a wonderful phrase. Hakuna Matata. Ain't no passing craze. Means no worries for the rest of your days. It's a problem-free philosophy. Hakuna Matata. Hakuna Matata. Means no worries. Hakuna Matata. Living a life like Big Daddy's, you gotta have a little Hakuna Matata in there. So you just end up fucking strangling somebody to death. One of the philosophies that I weaved into my fucking creed, my code, my ethos, is a little thing called Hakuna Matata. It means no worries. Hakuna Matata. What a wonderful phrase. Hakuna Matata. Ain't no passing craze. Means no worries for the rest of your days. It's a problem-free philosophy. Hakuna Matata. Hakuna Matata. Hakuna Matata. What a wonderful phrase. Hakuna Matata. Ain't no passing craze. Means no worries for the rest of your days. It's a problem-free philosophy. Hakuna Matata. Hakuna Matata. Means no worries. Hakuna Matata. Hakuna Matata. I'm being thwarted by a moon shadow. Moon shadow, moon shadow. Deep and I'm hopping on a moon shadow. Moon shadow, moon shadow. And if I ever lose my hands,
Lose my plow, lose my lands. If I ever lose my hands, I won't have to work no more. And if I ever lose my eyes, if my colors all run dry, if I ever lose my eyes, I won't have to cry no more. 'Cause I'm being followed by a moon shadow, moon shadow, moon shadow. Leaping and a hopping on a moon shadow, moon shadow, moon shadow. And if I ever lose my legs, I won't moan and I won't beg. If I ever lose my legs, I won't have to walk no more. And if I ever lose my mouth, lose my teeth north and south, if I ever lose my mouth, I won't have to talk no more. 'Cause I'm being followed by a moon shadow, moon shadow, moon shadow. Leaping and a hopping on a moon shadow, moon shadow, moon shadow. Did it take long to find me? I asked the faithful lie. Did it take long to find me? Know you're gonna stay tonight. I'm being followed by a moon shadow, moon shadow, moon shadow. Leaping and a hopping on a moon shadow, moon shadow, moon shadow. Moon shadow, moon shadow. Black hole sun, won't you come? Won't you come? Black hole sun, won't you come and wash away the rain? Black hole sun, won't you come? Won't you come? Hang my head, drown my fears, till you all just disappear.
England.
English, right.
Waiter, waiter, there's a fly in my soup.
Oh, yeah.
France.
Waiter, there is a fly in my soup.
Do not worry, sir. The spider on the bread roll will get in.
Deutschland.
Waiter, there is a fly in my soup.
Jewish wine!
Deutschland. Israel.
Waiter, there's a fly in my soup.
That'll be £1 extra, sir.
Ireland.
Waiter.
Yes, sir.
There's a fly in my soup.
Don't worry, sir. I'll save him.